Hey, it's Neil of WalkInTheWoods.llc, and it's May 2nd, 2024. I just want to make a quick little video because I'm working a lot with JQ and I'm getting bound to forget this knowledge. I do that often enough. And what I want to do is, a lot of stuff uses JSON to communicate either as a response or as a payload that you send to it, especially a lot of the things like OpenAI, or in my case, I want to use the transcoder API a little bit more effectively. So I want to be able to build up JSON using bash scripts, and JQ is sort of the very arcane way of doing it, but also very common. JQ is just on everything. So while there's a lot of replacements for JQ, I like to figure out what is sort of the base install and get familiar with that. So with that being said, I have a very simple JSON file that just has a string value and an array of objects, and I wanted to show you how you can build that up. So first of all, to see everything using JQ, we use the period selector, which just means everything, and we're going to see everything color-coded in JSON, which is great. Now, see, I have the test JSON here at the end, so it's query pattern and then file at the end, because presumably you could use shell expansion for wildcards, but we're just going to use one file at a time. Let's not complicate things. And what I want to do is change the user to something else. So let's say I want to change the user to Bob. I'm using single quotes, so I can put regular double quotes in there. Okay, that makes sense, but when you're filling in data, it's going to get really awkward when you have to do the string like that. So JQ allows you to specify an argument, so in this case user, and we're going to put Bob, and this is more along the lines of bash scripts where you want to add a bunch of variables and then run the query to make the change. So in this case, and I put that in quotes, just like in JavaScript. That wouldn't work. I would change the user to Bob. You might be wondering, well, I also want to change something else. I want to add a new log. And so in this case, you can put a bar, and that means this whole query pattern is executed, and then this query pattern is executed. So in this case, we want to do logs, and we're going to add a new entry here. And we're not even going to put in text, because I just want to see that I can add an object. Great. Likewise, if you wanted to put this in using arguments, instead of using arg in this case, you'd use arg.json, because this is a full JSON subdocument object. So in this case, there we go. And you can already see how you'd be able to add in multiple things here. Same thing happens. The fun thing is, I've been using a template, right? Test JSON, which is probably how you've been using JQ also, but there's no reason why you can't just pipe in a blank document like so and have it do essentially the same thing. So you can see not only how you would modify an existing JSON file as a template, but also be able to just build up a JSON file from scratch. And there you have it. I hope you find this useful.